Greetings, sisters. I am inviting you to tap into your healing kitchen this week as we are in the gateway of sacred beauty. Now, this gateway is extremely important to me because while I was in my rites of passage, as I mentioned in our call, I was pregnant. And so we approached sacred beauty in my ninth month and towards the end of my pregnancy, and I actually delivered during sacred beauty. And so this gateway for me is very closely tied to our womb healing, right? Our internal womb, and how we feel about ourself, our mental state, as well as our heart. So the womb of our mind, the womb of our heart, and the womb of our creation is outwardly reflected in sacred beauty. And so a lot of times that trauma reflects differently for different people, but it all manifests outwardly with us in our bodies, okay? And how we care for our bodies. Now, as I was mentioning, in ancient Egyptian culture, hygiene, as well as the beauty care regimen, was considered very spiritual. It was spiritual practice in nature. They didn't go anywhere unless they bathed, and ancient Egyptians bathed in the rising and in the evening once they returned home. Cleanliness was extremely important, and for the women who suffered from different emotional things that may have happened with the womb, or any disease, discomfort with the womb. One of the beauty products that was used is they would use cast iron, okay, little cast iron pot. They would also use coal, okay. Coal was used, as we know, to do the really beautiful dramatic eye line that the ancient Egyptians are known for, but they would use this particular for that internal womb healing. So we would use the coal, a piece of coal, and they would use myrrh resin. Okay, myrrh resin was not only used as a part of essential oils and different body oils, but it was also used in healing the womb space. And so today in our call, we talked about a lot of womb trauma, okay? And a lot of heart trauma and mental anguish as it pertains to how we think about our beauty. One of the great ways to cure that is with the burning of myrrh. The aroma of myrrh in the air gives you that, it helps to release anxiety. It actually helps to cleanse the body and space. And you could actually put this in a little pot and sit or kneel over it. I actually have a yoni chair. This is the yoni chair that I have. Okay, the stool that I sit over in order to do my womb cleansing, right? So that we can do that internal cleanse, and that mental cleanse and that heart space cleanse eternally. The beauty products that we use are coal, our myrrh, and we burn those and we sit and hover over it with our bare sacred space area so that we can go ahead and cleanse that eternal aspect of what is showing outwardly in our beauty, right? And this is how we can tap into our divine feminine power, okay? So the first thing, before we get into any of the other things that we will do on our outer, I wanted to give you a benefit to how you can really clear yourself internally, okay? Clean and clear yourself internally with the benefit of our sacred beauty practice of yoni smudging, our yoni steaming. Some people like to use herbs. I really respond very well to the use of myrrh. If you have any type of dis-ease or discomfort in the womb area, as well as emotional trauma, with the womb area, it's very healing and cleansing in that nature. A lot of the herbs will give you refreshing benefits, but as far as the cleansing energy of that would be there. Okay, another item that I want to share is eucalyptus. One of the things about eucalyptus, you want to kind of, this has been dried out, so it'll break up very easily. But you want to take fresh eucalyptus. I like to take fresh eucalyptus, let it dry out slightly, but not all the way. Just kind of squeeze it a little bit while it's still flexible, and hang it in my shower, okay? You can hang that in your shower. You can put the loose stems in your bath if you want to put that in the bath while your bath water is so that the essential oils can secrete there. You can actually drop the drops of that particular essential oil. So eucalyptus is very good at relaxing the anxieties so that you can transmute that energy and release any of the doubts, the fears, the trauma, the pain, the anxiety, the shame, the fear, all of those things that are keeping you from outwardly expressing who you are internally. Okay, for out any of those things, this is how we would release that. Another thing that is extremely beneficial for the internal aspect is making sure that we are internally taking in those things that will help to replenish our skin. So everything that I'm going to talk about today are items that are used in your kitchen, and although you can take them internally, you can actually use them topically to give you some added benefits as well. As we know, when it comes to our beauty care routine, as African women from across the globe, we understand that beauty is a large part of our culture. It's not just a large part of our culture because of the fact that we're a vain society. It's because we literally saw that as being close to God, okay? We hear the expression, cleanliness is next to godliness. I like to say that probably had started somewhere in ancient Kemet, because that is the foundational premise of how we worship our temple in honor, and so that we would be able to be received by the gods, okay? I spoke on how that you couldn't even speak in certain arenas unless you were cleansed, okay? Unless you had cleansed your body, unless you were well kept, and the fragrance of oils and aromas as you would enter these high society rooms would just be breathtaking, because that is the foundational principle of what ancient Egyptians thought of as a way to be able to be even in proximity or in closeness with the divine. Okay. And so, as I mentioned, divine, a lot of us women, when we embark on this journey, we want to tap into our divine feminine energy, but we really don't know how to do that. Okay. One of the ways that I like to say that you can tap into that is in your kitchen. Okay. And the kitchen is one of the areas where I believe as women, we feel most connected to our nurturing aspect. We are most connected with nature. And the more we connect with nature, the more we tap into the divine. Okay. And so a couple of recipes or a couple of things I want to show you. I won't go into the recipes in this video. As we go throughout the week, I'll share one recipe each day. This is just an overall expansion of what you just learned as we shared, and how we can start to transmute that energy with our kitchen, our healing kitchen laboratory, as well as our hydrotherapy chamber, which is our bathroom. Okay, right? So 2 areas we want to think about when we think about beauty. We want to think about our kitchen, and we also want to think about our hygiene, our bathrooms, our washrooms. The bathhouse was one of the go-tos for ancient Egyptians. And so that's why we do our steams and our soul sweats, is because the bathhouse was a very good place to go and be able to detox the things of the outside world that could have gotten topically on your skin, and just to cleanse yourself. And so I invite you, as we round up the cleansing aspect of sacred beauty and the hygiene, that you understand that you can quantum jump, okay, into the most beneficial timeline when you go into the shower. What do I mean by that? I'm going to expound. Quantum jumping is basically aligning yourself in your best timeline, okay? And so if we think about the shower or the bath as a portal, okay, to different areas of our lives, or aspects of our understanding. When we get into the shower and we cleanse, if we transmute from thinking about it as a routine and make it a ritual, then we understand that there is something spiritually that is happening as I am doing this routine. And so when we start to cleanse our body and we start to take off all of the things, the dirt of the day, wash away those things, we need to actually take that and transmute that internally as well. I'm not just washing off the dead layers of skin, the dirt, the debris, the germs I may have come in contact with. I'm actually washing off the energy that I may have come in contact with. I am actually releasing the layers of myself that are no longer are serving me, that I have shed off. And so when we release that in the bath, and as we're doing our healing baths, we tell ourselves that when I come out of this bath, well, prior to going in, we say that this bath is a chamber, a portal for me to step into, so that when I come out, I will be stepping into my most beneficial timeline. I will be stepping into the highest version of myself that has manifested to this point. I will be stepping in the timeline of all of the things that I desire. Okay? And so that when we get in there and we wash and we cleanse, once we step out, we reaffirm, okay? We're washing off all the stuff that's not serving me. I'm leaving that in this timeline. I'm releasing that as I go through the portal to step into my best self. And as we say these things and we release that, and you don't have to say what I'm saying, you could say whatever whatever your spirit tells you to say. But then when you step out, right prior to stepping out, you say, I affirm that when I step out, I am stepping into the timeline of where I am recognizing that I am my most highest self, and I am operating as my highest self, and I am stepping into the timeline where all of the blessings that I have laid out are along my path and along my journey. And then when you step out, you have released those fears and those doubts. And so the more that we do that, the more that we stop saying certain things, which means that we completely released it. That is no longer in our timeline. The more that we say that, the more we affirm that we are stepping into the highest versions of ourselves. The same is true for our outward beauty. Once we've cleansed the space, once we've cleansed our energy, then we want to go on to our lab and we want to make the products that we can use that will reaffirm all of the things that we've transmuted in this timeline. Okay, and so the first thing I like to share is the papaya. Okay, and this is a very ripe papaya. I like a very ripe one. And when you are going to take a papaya, like myself, whenever I cut a papaya, I'm like, once it's cut, I gotta kind of eat it all. And so over the course of the day, I could probably eat the whole papaya, which is actually very beneficial internally to your internal womb, especially for healing fibroid cyst, and just burning off anything inside the womb that needs to be gone. But actually, outwardly, it is a really good enzyme peel. So it will help to peel off the layers of acne, dead skin, clogged pores, blackouts. It'll definitely help with that. So you may feel a slight heating sensation. This is a natural enzyme peel. People pay hundreds of dollars to get a enzyme peel in the spa. And what are they using? They are using synthetic versions of the papaya, okay? Another item that we can use for our skin is turmeric, okay? Turmeric has wonderful ability to fade dark spots, to even out complexion, and to overall brighten the skin. Especially for some of my sisters with less melanin, it actually helps to add back to your natural pigmented glow, as well as removing hyperpigmentation, uneven skin tone. Okay. We also have sweet almond oil. Okay. Sweet almond oil is one of my favorite beauty hacks. Why? Because not only can you use it topically on your skin, but you can also use it in your hair. Now, for those of you who have nut allergies, another oil you could use is jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is very great for the hair as well. You can also use a bit of castor oil, and some hair products you will find will have vegetable glycerin in it, especially if they're natural, because that helps to add to the shine. Okay. Another product that I want to talk about is honey. Honey is a natural antioxidant. It helps to make soft, supple skin. It also helps to reduce fine lines, wrinkles, and to tighten the skin, okay? For those of my sisters that are completely plant-based and don't even use honey, you can use agave. Agave offers majority of the same exact benefits as honey. My Oshun sisters, y'all might like a little bit of honey as well. I have a key lime. Key lime is really good internally, as we know, but you can use a lime, a lemon, or really any citrus to rub directly on the skin. You can also add it in to your skincare products to give you extra benefits as far as relieving dead skin cells and just getting that extra acid that is normally used to help exfoliate the skin. Okay. Another thing that we use is aloe vera gel. Okay, you can purchase aloe vera gel that's already needed, or you can actually utilize the aloe vera plant. Okay, sorry, my aloe vera plant, you can tell I just picked it outside and it's got a little sunburn, but that's okay because this part is all good. And all we would do to utilize aloe vera is simply cut it open, and you can rub that directly on the skin. There's also plenty of things that you can do with the aloe vera as far as healing different things on the skin, scars, even old or new. You can also blend aloe vera and make a hair wash. This particular use of aloe vera as a hair wash actually helps to helps to not only cleanse and remove debris from the hair, but it actually give you a good lather. Okay, I know a lot of people feel like lather is best for washing hair, and we know that many of the items that are in our products that make the lather are not natural, and it's actually stripping the follicles of the hair. A way to get natural hair lather with a natural ingredient is to use aloe vera. You could also use an extremely ripe, some would say probably going bad, coconut. If any of you have experience with working with coconut, once the coconut starts to go bad, it actually, the milk actually turns into a soap. So the coconut could actually be used to wash your body and as well as the hair, okay? Coconut is really good for eczema, psoriasis, any type of topical skin issues. It also helps to seal in moisture of the hair follicle, because a lot of the things like the aloe vera is going to help to put the moisture in, but we need something to seal it in. You can also use castor oil you can use, well, now that I mentioned castor oil could be used in the hair as well to help to seal in moisture. Castor oil is actually great to use all over the skin. Castor oil is one of the oils that penetrates deeper into the skin layer. So our skin has multiple layers. The castor oil actually penetrates deep into the layers of the skin to allow for extreme healing. So if you have old scars or things like of that nature, castor oil will be extremely beneficial. You can actually rub castor oil in a clockwise motion around your belly button and massaging the belly button and womb area. That castor oil will penetrate into the skin and will even allow you to eliminate, okay? You can literally, people know that you can take castor oil internally to be able to move your bowels, but did you know that you could actually rub the castor oil over your stomach topically, or even put a drop inside of your belly button and rub it around in your belly button in order to help you eliminate, and it'll be a lot smoother than if you were to take it internally. It wouldn't gripe the stomach or contract the stomach as much. With the castor oil, I do have a little castor oil that I made myself. It's actually been infused with yarrow. Yarrow is a plant that helps with blood circulation, and so because I am draining my lymphatic system, I am making sure to include different herbs in my castor oils. When I infuse those herbs with the castor oil, I use that all over my body. It helps with blemishes, it helps with dark spots, it penetrates deep into the skin to make the skin soft, supple, and to restore skin's elasticity. It also can be used on the womb area if you suffered from a cesarean or fibroid, cysts, endometriosis, heavy bleeding, menstrual cycles. You could use castor oil packs topically on top of your stomach in order to aid in that penetrating deep into the layers. As I said, castor oil penetrates further into the skin than any other oil, and which is why it's one of my favorite go-to beauty regimens as far as putting on my body. It's also said that castor oil was used in the ancient burial practices. Castor oil infused with myrrh resin, frankincense resin, and other essential oils were actually used in the ritual process prior to mummification, which is why you see the preservation of those divine of those humans when are those mummies, those gods, when they show the preservation of how it preserved the skin. So that is one of the beauty regimens. And I'm just looking around at another one. Black seed oil, you know, that is a favorite of all of ours. You can use black seed oil for anything. It's like the cure to life. Definitely take some internally so that it can aid in my skincare regimen. You can use cinnamon. Cinnamon can be used to make a great mask that's good for acne. You can also use rose petals. I do have here some fresh rose petals. They've been or dried rose petals. You can use that to make rose water. You can also use, I know I have some rosemary around here somewhere. Rosemary infused in your hair oils will help for hair growth, okay? If you're trying to grow your hair. If you are interested in creating natural beauty care products, cosmetic products, you could use the color from various, I want to see if I could show this. I was showing it last time. Okay. You could use the color from various ingredients, like beets, as well as pomegranate. These are some of the things that beets, along with other products, and I'm put just a tad bit of some pomegranate juice because that'll give me a little bit more red flavor. This beet juice is not beet juice that I grind myself. These are some beet powder, I'm sorry, with the pomegranate juice that I had gotten. You can actually mix a few things, and this is me just making a beauty product with utilizing, so the vegetable glycerin in beauty products is to help add shine okay? Now, when we mix the beet, we get a natural color. Let me show this. So see that we get a natural color, okay? This consistency is a very good consistency. We could utilize this consistency to move along with other things. So like for instance, I could use this, mix this in with some coconut oil, and combining it with the coconut oil, letting it solidify, will make me a tint, a lip tint. And as we know, beets have a really nice color. I added a little of the pomegranate juice. We could also use this exactly like this to put over our cheeks to make them naturally rosy. There's plenty of things that we can do with that. I personally like to use the beets for a lip gloss or a natural lip tint. Those of you who also, like myself, struggle with my nails because I get different acrylic type nails put on sometimes. They weaken my nails. So one of the things that I suggest, I was having a hard time finding it. One of the things that I suggest is tea tree oil. Tea tree oil can be added to anything. I'm going to actually add it to this so that I can make a nail oil out of this. So I'm going to add a little bit of tea tree oil to that mixture. Tea tree oil helps to strengthen the nails. So I'm going to make a nail pen that is actually going to have a slight tint of color. This will help to naturally tint the nails, okay, with a natural product that's actually beneficial for the nails. With the beets also, you can also use that to make a lip stain, okay? So you could either use a coconut oil or a beeswax, whatever type of consistency you'd like for your lipstick, and you could actually use that as the pigment, the color, okay? And so I wanted to share just a few of the things that are here, right here in your kitchen, that you could do, that you could use in order to spruce up your beauty regimen. And not only spruce up your beauty regimen, but to put your intentions for healing into your beauty practice, okay? One of the easiest things that we can do, ladies, is do a face mask for ourselves. It doesn't take very much. It's just you going into your kitchen and looking at what ingredients do I have that I can make myself a mask. I'm going to be showing you the first actual mask that I'll be showing you will be the turmeric mask. It's one of my favorite masks, and I'm actually going to be challenging everyone to try this mask this week and tell me what they think about the benefits of it. Most of the ingredients you should already have in your kitchen. If you want to get ready and make it with me, I'm going to tell you to get some turmeric, some honey or agave if you prefer, some aloe vera, okay, and a lemon or a lime, okay? Get as many of those ingredients together and follow me live at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which I believe is 2:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think. 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, it should be, well, 2:11. Oh, that's a drink. It should be at 2:11 Eastern Standard Time for those of you who are on the East Coast. Once I record the video live and it's uploaded to my YouTube channel, I will drop it in the Thinkific for those of you who are not able to join with me live. But those are some of the ingredients that we will be working with tomorrow. As we enter the gateway of sacred beauty, it has been a complete honor for me to share with you in this gateway and to show you some of the things that you probably have already around your home that can help aid in your beauty regimen. like I said, ladies, I am all about the beauty, the cosmetics, the lights, the cameras, the action of it all, okay? However, we have to take our beauty into our own hands. And if we could do that, how much abundance is freed up for us to do other things that we desire with our heart if we're not spending all of our money in the beauty industry. And so it's really important for me to share with each and every one of you about how you can take hold and ownership of your beauty standards so that we are not at the whim of other countries who own the rights to a lot of the beauty things that we literally have put out there. It's time for us to reclaim our time. As Maxine Waters says, it's time for us to reclaim our time, reclaim the fact that we are the originators of the whole entire beauty industry. Take it back to our kitchens, take it back to our labs so that we can make products that not only make us feel beautiful and look beautiful on the outside, but make us feel beautiful in the inside, and helps to not clean, but clear, cleanse, and heal us inside out. Ashe. And as we wrap up, I just wanted to share something that actually happened as I was preparing for the call. So this past week, I made a joke to my significant other about my 2-year-old not thinking that I work. I own my own business, and so a lot of times, I'm dressed, but I don't really do too much, right, beauty-wise on a daily basis, just because of all the millions of excuses I come up with why I don't dress like this every day. And so when my significant other gets ready for work, he wears his badge, he puts his cap on, and he heads out the door. And so when he's getting ready to go, my 2-year-old, she gets his hat and she gets his badge and gets him ready for work. And so I made a joke saying that, she probably don't, she know how to get your stuff for work, but she probably don't even think I go to work, right? I made this joke. And today I noticed that when I got dressed and I did all of my stuff and I came down, my 2-year-old said, "Mommy, you going to work?" And that was just a moment that hit me like a ton of bricks, because she recognizes my sacred work, right? She recognizes that this is my work. This is my sacred work. And she not only recognizes that, but she recognizes that this is me being a representation of my sacred work. And so for those of you who are healers, for those of you who are stepping into your awareness of who you are and who you are becoming, it is really important for us to reflect who we are on the inside outwardly, okay? I am boisterous, I am over the top, I am elegant, I am all of these things, and sometimes that does not come across in my appearance. And that could be stemmed from past trauma, or even current situation, stress, depression, anxiety, that maybe just didn't give me enough time today to put the lashes on, the liner on, the lip gloss on. But there are other ways that we can transition and transmute that energy. The bath being one of our most sacred rituals. And so I will leave you all with that. It has been divine to share this with you. I am Sacred Woman Practitioner Sherry Unk. My tribe calls me Lady Unk. It has been a pleasure